What other country is big with wide open spaces, a pretty low population, a dollar, loaded with resources and has a two-speed economy? Answer, Canada. And the country sees a big future in trade with Asia. Well, I caught up with Canada's Minister for International Trade, Ed Fast, in Sydney this week, and he's very enthusiastic about Canada joining the latest new trade bloc, the Trans-Pacific Partnership. Australia is already a member of the TPP. Minister Ed Fast, welcome to the programme.
It's good to be here.
Well, a big mission for you out here is the Trans-Pacific Partnership. How important is it to Canada, and what are her aspirations?
Well, Canada has decided that the Asia-Pacific is a market that we need to be more deeply engaged with. And we certainly see the rise of some of the high-growth markets in places like China, Southeast Asia. And the perfect vehicle for doing that is the Trans-Pacific Partnership negotiations.
Well, I noticed US Trade Rep Ron Kirk in Singapore this week talking about next-generation trade issues. For example, the digital economy, free flow of data and information through the TPP region without any unwarranted restrictions. Now, 56% of Canadian businesses are looking to penetrate the Chinese market over the next 5 years. That sort of streamlining must be very important.
It's very critical. Our trade flows have increased dramatically between Canada and China, as has investment. There's an advantage to us, and it's in Canada's best interest to find new markets, to expand the opportunities that our Canadian businesses have to sell into and also to trade with.
You've recently been through China, Japan, Indonesia. In fact, you're deliberately positioning Canada as the gateway of choice into North America. Why should Asian businesses look at Canada rather than the west coast of the United States?
Well, for at least two reasons. One is geographically, our west coast ports in Canada are actually up to 2 days closer to many of the Asian economies, for example, China, Japan, and Korea.
Yeah, that's weird when you think about it, because you almost have to check the map to see if that's right.
It's counterintuitive, but it's absolutely the case. In fact, many businesses are now realizing that and are choosing the ports of Vancouver and Prince Rupert to access the North American gateway. The other reason that people should look to Canada is that we've invested very heavily in gateway infrastructure on the West Coast, in our rail systems, in our port systems, in our overpasses, highways, to make sure that Canada's goods, including our resources, can get out of our market and into the Asian markets, and also for our imports to get into North America on an efficient basis.
I think it's about $1.4 billion in pure government money into your ports. Now, is this a little bit of a sensitive issue from the United States' point of view, whether indeed you should be part of the TPP?
Well, we are competitors. Canadians are fierce competitors, but we're fair competitors. Please understand that the United States is by far our largest trading partner. It's certainly our most trusted partner. It's a partner that we continue to work with to improve trade between our countries.
So they wouldn't mind that from the point of view of you being a TPP member, because it is the new game in town, isn't it?
That's true. And the point we've made with our American cousins is that Canada should be walking together as partners with the United States as we open up new opportunities in the Asia-Pacific.
When I think of Canada in terms of Australia, I think of her as a formidable competitor for the Asian market. So why should Australia be looking to Canada for investment opportunities?
Well, one of the amazing things is how much our bilateral investment has grown over the last 5 years. Today, our bilateral investment is somewhere in the order of $40 billion. It's a dramatic increase since 5 years ago. And what it indicates is that, first of all, both of our countries have recognized that spreading risk out is helpful. It's good for business. We have similar economies that depend on resources. We have expertise that we can share with each other. And also, we both have the challenges of appreciating currencies. And when you invest in each other's markets, in a way, it's hedging. right, that works to stabilize each other's economies.
Anything more attractive?
Anything more attractive? Well, in terms of Canada, many things that we offer in terms of investment. For example, we have a very low tax regime. Our federal tax rate is somewhere in the order of 15%. We have a highly educated workforce. And then on top of that, you have the safest banking system in the world, 4 years running.
And no carbon tax.
No carbon tax in Canada. And so what we're saying to investors, listen, if you're looking for a safe place, a predictable investment climate, look no further than Canada.
Minister Ed Fast, I know you're over the ditch to New Zealand next. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks so much.